Say hi, Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Whose goddamn white baby is that?
This is your baby, okay? He's just light-skinned.
That one might be mine. That one right there. I'm not totally sure. Just because you name him Darren don't mean he belonged to Darren. But I don't care what this baby's name is. This baby is rice-skinned, but not light-skinned. That is a white child. That is Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus. That is a Slavic baby, a Viking from Iceland. That baby got 730 as a credit rating right now as an infant.
You the only one I've been with, Darren.
Bitch, let me explain to you the math. I've been in here 16 consecutive years. You know how long consecutive is, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean one right after the motherfucking other. Cause I ain't never missed a day. So clearly you've been having some conjugal visits with some other motherfuckers other than me. That's not my baby. That's almost a grown white man you brought in here. His glasses are certainly grown. I've never seen a baby with that type of prescription. And why does that baby look like Officer Joshua? Bitch, you been fucking the guard?
Nuh-uh.
Hey, Darren, stop talking to my mom like that, man. Be respectful.
You're absolutely right. I apologize for that. Just this bitch.
Hey, there you go again.
Your mother was misbehaving. Sorry, I should have set a better example in front of the nice white gentleman and your mother. All right, so could I please speak to my black son privately, please, if that'd be okay with you too? I mean no disrespect, sir. Hope to work for you one day when I get out.
Say hi.
Happened to men being the pursuers.
Y'all asked for the sequel, so here it is. Why Men Aren't Pursuing Women, Part 2.
But women are the prize because women, they got a pussy, you know what I mean? Pussy makes the world go round.
A compliment from a man means literally nothing, but a compliment from a woman. Now that's something.
I'm taken, and I still love to go shake my ass at a bar with my friends. So
Hate the attention, but then when I feel unattractive and I don't get the attention, it's like, I don't love that either.
so men are down here and women are up here.
Okay, so are women equal to men or are women superior to men?
Superior.
Okay. When it comes to dating and relationships, who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman?
Yeah, the woman.
Okay, so if the woman is the prize, why even bother going out with a man in the first place?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Ladies, if he says he's got no hope, that means nobody wants him, so you shouldn't either.
Men think that they are the shit. Why do men think that they have to take money, or why do men think that women have to do cooking, cleaning, all that stuff, and all they do is go to work?
We control the world.
Okay. So if women control the world, why do so many people think it's a man's world?
How likely are women willing to accept men for just the way they are?
Not very likely. We want things, and we're not going to tell you what we want.
Why would you do that?
Because for the sake of being complicated.
So, like, what kind of effort do you make? What do you do?
I mean, obviously, if I like someone and I know I'm going to be seeing them, then I'll, put my makeup on, do my hair better than normal.
50% of adults in the United States are single. I wonder why that is.
There are a lot of cool men out here. I love the president. Let's give it up for the brothers. There's a lot of cool men out here. For the men out here. I love the president's speech saying you're looking at a feminist. What can men do leaving here? Be better. Be better at everything.
Men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault. Everybody has to make himself or herself happy.
You're giving me such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who brags that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
City boy, city boy.
Got him. We fucking got him.
That's why it's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop a whole new video. As you can tell with the intro, I'm back on the neck. Now, about last year, or maybe it was a year and a half ago, well, definitely last year, we had that abortion thing going on. And, you know, I do, like me, I'm usually a person, like, I believe a person should have a choice and not be boxed in. Yeah, to choose something that they may not want to choose, or at least have different options. Now, the thing that I've noticed with this society is that while that has opened up that women have more choices in the things that they can do, men are somewhat rigidly trapped in decisions that they may not want to do. This is why I think you have a lot of guys now that just want to game all day, or definitely don't want to get married, or as some people would say, not want to grow up, because you know, I guess a lot of dudes, especially in what generation is this? Generation Z. They look at it as a crappy deal and they just want to live their life, even if they're not doing too much with their life. They just want to have a choice, because I guess they see that the women are able to maneuver like a queen on a chessboard, like this way, that way, whichever way that they want to go. And this may not apply to every woman, and I understand as women that you don't see the advantages that you do have. Yes, men do have advantages, but we have a lot of things that either restrict us, or either put us in a certain box. And some will say, well, that's the patriarchy. Okay. I assume in a way that that is true, but however, though, you would think the patriarchy would definitely just benefit men and subjugate women. The way that it is now, it seems like it's a patriarch front with the women in the back. Anyway, today's video is, as I was saying, which I went on a little tangent there, but yeah, it was that abortion thing. But however, with these videos, which I never even thought of this stuff before until I started seeing men talk about it, and I just noticed that, okay, while women have a choice to get abortion, even though they changed the law with that in certain states, you know, I'm going by how it definitely used to be. A man had no choice. You know, all the choice rested with the woman. The woman decides to abort the baby and you want the baby, you have no say so in that. Vice versa, if the woman wants to have the baby and you don't want to have the baby, you have no say so into that. I mean, the only fix maybe is for men to get a vasectomy, but you know, a lot of men understandably don't want to go under the knife with that. And anyway, I have some videos here because I'm not sure I'm explaining this well, but this video here is going to touch on what I was trying to say.
Men should have a choice whether or not they want to be a father, even after they get a woman pregnant.
Women have an extraordinary power that men do not have. Every woman in this country knows, as she makes love to her man, that if for whatever reason an unwanted pregnancy occurs, no person on this planet can force her to be a mother if she doesn't want to be, because after the fact, she will still have choice, she will have control of her life, she will decide if and when and under what circumstances to become a mother. Now, men know something much different. Because every man, let me just tell you, sure, every man knows in the midst of his passion that if there's a contraceptive failure, then he could be screwed in more ways than one. A man has no control over his life, and someone will decide for him whether he will be a father, and that's wrong.
Do you think that the father should take responsibility of the child that he helped give birth to if he doesn't want to have a child?
Well, yes. I mean, first of all, I would advise women to get to know the men a bit better because there's some real nuts out there, as we may have been witnessing. But in any case, I would say, yes, obviously, I think men have to take responsibility because, to me, the primary concern in this matter would be the child. And I think the poorest sector of people in this country are children. It's only fair and responsible that if, as many people in the audience have said, men want to have sexual intercourse, you have to think, what are the consequences of my action?
To take the guy's side now, where is the woman's responsibility? In other words, a woman has the right to say, I don't want the child, I'm going to abort. A woman has the right to say, okay, I'm going to have the child, but I'm going to give it up for adoption because I don't want the financial responsibility for the child. I don't want to devote time or anything else to the child. A woman has that right. Shouldn't a man have that same right?
Well, men can't have abortion. I don't think men do have that responsibility because I'm talking about a child and a child's life and the impact of not having enough care, enough money, enough attention devoted to that child. And that's what I think has to be primary. The man's desire to be involved or not involved is secondary to needs of the child.
Can a woman say, I want to give the child up for adoption?
Sure.
Why can't a man?
Because there is a child in the world and the mother's taking responsibility
for it. No, but let's say there's a child, let me just stay with this for a second. There's a child born. The man impregnated the woman bore the child for 9 months, carried the child for 9 months. Now the child is born. The woman says, I don't want to pay for that child. I don't want to spend time with that child. I've got to get on with my college, with my life, or something else. I'm not ready to have a child. And so I'm giving it up for adoption. Is a woman allowed to say that?
Yes.
Even though there's a child in the world saying, I don't want responsibility.
Not be responsible.
If a woman can say, I don't want responsibility, is a man allowed to say, I don't want responsibility?
I think not if the woman is keeping responsibility for the child, then I think the man has to have some responsibility, minimally.
Pardon me.
Why don't you wait till I'm finished?
Your sexism is showing.
Now, that's an old video, because that was obviously Jerry Springer, and I'm trying to remember. Was he in the 2000s? I know he was like in like the mid to late 90s or so. Either way, women at that time thought like that, and that extended until now with that delusion. How many women think like that? I'm not sure, but this is the thing that's scary with people, that it could be somebody that you're vibing with, you're cool with or something, and they could think a certain kind of way that could screw you later. And that's the thing. Like, now personally, me, I never really was in a situation like this that, because I usually, like, okay, I've had flings before, but that's not really my cup of tea, really. I'm more of a relationship type of dude. So I never really got into this situation of I really wanted a kid and she didn't want a kid, or either I didn't want one and she did. So I don't think that happens often. But the thing is, though, it can happen. And usually I think it happens with people that are flinging around, sleeping around and stuff. And then the woman will have a baby with that dude. And what if that dude doesn't want to have the kid? Is he screwed now because she wants the kid because she's trying to trap him? I have a video here that's going to explain this part very well.
Kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a what nobody think about it. You're not going to force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's going to have to carry a baby for 9 months.
Good buddy was cooking. And let me ask before we get into this. Did my man tell any lies? And that rant, if y'all like to call it that, did he tell any lies? And the thing about it is, what you ladies, and some of you will consider him a pookie, you know, for lack of a better term, because he's got 7 kids, 7 baby mamas. But a lot of you women are dealing with these guys, knowing ahead of time what the situation is, knowing they got multiple baby mamas, knowing that he's going to shoot the club up. It's going to happen. And it's with legs wide open. Do your thing, baby. I'm ready to become baby mama number 8. Knowing that he don't take care of the previous kids, but you ladies will sit there, and I just feel like sometimes, man, you ladies are gluttons for punishment. At the end of the day, you like going through this stuff. You like dealing in the chaos and the anarchy and the fuckery. And my man has said, I'm here to bring it, but I'm letting you know I'm shooting the club up. I'm not pulling out. But I will pay for the plan B and the plan A. You guys know what I'm saying? I'll pay for both of them, but I don't want to be a father to these kids. I'm not a father to the previous 7. So this is something that you ladies do it to yourselves, and you complain about the man. You want to look at this man through a different lens when you're in bed. I can change him. I can be baby mother number 8. We can live in this castle over the mountain that comes with the bridge, happily ever after. I can be a stepmom to the 7 kids, and it can just be wonderful. Why can't it be? But he is explaining why a lot of you women choose to be single mothers by men with multiple kids, and you go through the fuckery. Fellas saying it's an accident. Men, we know what we doing. We know when we about to, shoot the club up, and we make a choice whether we decide to stay in that thing or we decide to exit the club.
Wow. That's sad. But however, though, dude was straight up on how that he was. And to women out there, I know there are dudes that just because they're trying so hard to get in between your legs, they don't really tell you this truth right here. But most of those guys just kind of like a future. Sorry, homie. I mean, it's just you in the streets. Okay. Okay. But anyway, for dudes like that have like multiple kids, yeah, I'm always surprised when a girl will still think that I guess she can change him, or, well, not save him, but change him or something. See, I'm thinking a lot of times, and this is probably what we as men especially have to be careful of, but also women. There are people that you get along with great, but you cannot count on them in real life situations. I'll say like people that you can party and have a good time with. But however, if you're really going through something, they're nowhere to be found. You need help moving, they're nowhere to be found. You might be short on money, they're nowhere to be found, or they're broke or something. So that's the thing you have to be careful with when you're dealing with these women or men, or either, depending on the proper classification, these females and males out here and stuff. But if a dude's telling you this and then she wants to still have the baby, and he already offered, it should be a way for him to not be obligated to the kid. I mean, I'm not sure if they have to pass a law or something like that, but see, that's the thing with this abortion stuff, that they don't they're not addressing that. And now I do fault men a bit because they really wasn't bringing it up, but we're bringing it up now. So while I believe in freedom of choice for the women, they need to change it that men have a freedom of choice as well. And once again, this is not every single case because a lot of people don't go through this particular thing right here, and it always goes with who you are dealing with. But yeah, people just need to be pick their partners better, and not just for fun and good times, but look at somebody that has some good character or something. Like if you can get a reasonable combination of the things that you want. That's why I'm telling men out here, try to see how she thinks. Now be careful when she's talking, because sometimes she's virtual singling, just telling you what you want to hear, and then when things go down or something, it's kind of like when a woman will say like, oh, I'll never do that to you, I never put your relationship, I'll never put our relationship business online or something like that, I'll never do what she did. Then she turns around like a year or two later and do the exact same thing that she says she would not do. So this is why I've learned that if I'm going to deal with women in a romantic type of way, which, you know, for fellas out there, maybe that's not the best thing. It's just that's something that I'm used to doing. But however, I just have to be a lot more careful with it. I have to always be observing her actions because I mean, I would say this with anybody. Don't go by what they say, go by what they are doing. Now, however, if they are actually trying, they're actually putting effort in, then you can take their word at face value. And so now I have one other twist in here, since we are talking about like you know, babies being forced on guys, or either you know, the woman might abort the baby and he wants the baby or something like that. um there's also another thing of when a woman is married to a guy, she cheats on him, and then she has a baby by another dude, but she does not tell the guy that she's married with, or even the guy that she's boyfriend girlfriend with. Meanwhile, that guy will raise that child up thinking that that is his child, you know. And it should actually be a law against this one, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
There was another man that was always at your house.
Yes, Your Honor.
You believe that man is your son's biological father?
Yes, Your Honor. When I found out.
What was the nature of your relationship with that man?
Tell the truth.
He was just a friend, really. I mean, someone that was there for me when Mr. Brooks wasn't.
When she told you she was pregnant, there was no doubt in your mind that you were the father?
No. It was one of the craziest days of my life when she told me she was pregnant. And I just wanted to be a great father. And I got pictures.
Let me see those pictures, please, sir. These are pictures you carried for 17 years,
yes,
believing that you are Mr. McDonald's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor. You the one who was out there in the street, not me. I'm home taking care of the kids.
In these streets.
You been in what? Paying the bills. What you out there doing?
When did you pay a bill?
When did you have a job?
So let me be clear. You submitted to the court. At this time, you were both battling and having significant challenges with drugs.
No. Her. No. Tell me what you do.
It don't matter. I don't do it now.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it was deemed at that time that the children should be removed.
Yes.
From your home.
No.
The reason why my
Well, Mr. Brooks, something had to be going on, because if in fact Miss Gooley was struggling at that time with drugs and the children could not be with her, if the child's biological father was present and able to take care of him,
he would not legitimize my child, because, see, that's why I don't think he's the father. If he was the father, my mother was willing to pay for him to legitimize my son, then why didn't he do it? Because he was scared of that DNA test, because he is not the dad.
So,
wow, that's sad. And where I'll grab this video from, they have like lots of court cases of men finding out that that's not their child. You know, I do think it should be a law against that. If a woman knowingly, now it could be possible that she don't know if she was sleeping with two guys around the same time, but pretty much most of the time when this stuff happens, the woman is in a relationship. This is why I think when women cheat, it can be worse, only because y'all can get pregnant by another man, you know. And while a man can get another woman pregnant, uh you know, he won't be able to slither his way out of it like a female could if she has a baby by another guy, you know. And one thing I like about this story is that they're both in the wrong. They both had to been in the wrong for the kids to be taken away. So even though he was claiming that he was taking care of the kids, it seems like he probably was putting in more work than what she was putting in with the kids. But however, though, he felt in some kind of way because DCF was able to come take the kids. Now, was it because of the living environment that they was in? And he did the best that he could, but however, though, things were just still out of control, you know. So he's not completely scot-free from this, like, because he bears fault with this as well, with how the kids was being the kid was being treated or something in order for that to happen. But she did the ultimate violation of having that man think that that's his kid and is not his kid. Now, and that's my main thing with that abortion argument, because while women is spouting about my body, my choice, it just seems like men have no choice at all. And I do think if he's the father, he should have some type of choice. I will say that I believe women should have more of a choice, because the baby, they are bearing the baby and the baby's coming out of them. But because he helped you create the baby, he should have some type of choice. And he should be able to say, like, hey, I don't want no kids. And if she decide to have kids or something, he should be able to wipe his hands clean if he don't want it, especially when she can pick the kid up for adoption or abort the kid or do anything she wants to do. He should have some type of control right there. Now, I'm pretty sure that that law will not get overturned. But however, the law with her acting like that's his kid and she knows it's somebody else, that's something that they should make a change on. Whether they fine the woman, because I'm pretty sure they're not going to lock the person up. And when I say fine the woman, have some stuff coming out of her paycheck or something, like the same way I guess you would extract like child support or something to clear the guy for probably the time, the money, other stuff that he put into that relationship. Anyway, I don't have too much to say now because it feels like I'm rambling now, but I'll have another video coming soon. You guys have a good night.
Nobody tells you about marriage, the brutal truth. A man offers provisions and protection from the moment he says, I do. This is his duty, and he does not deviate, deprive, or withhold it from his partner. It is consistent. A woman offers beauty, loyalty, and sexual exclusivity from the moment she says, I do. This is her duty, and she will deviate from it from time to time, regardless of a man's consistency. Every month, a man pays bills. He does not take a break. Every month, a woman cooks and cleans. She will take breaks. Every day, a man secures his home. He does not take a break. Every day, a woman maintains looks, beauty, and health. She will take a break. When a wife turns sex into privilege and withholds it, he does not take a break. When a woman lets herself go and become lazy, he does not take a break. When a woman goes into menopause and no longer wishes to sexually please her man, he does not take a break. When a wife and husband argue and fight and separate, they both may cheat. He does not take a break. A woman completely shuts off access from the time of separation up until divorce. If a man take a break, all will perish. If a man isn't consistent, all will fail. So let's stop questioning men who exercise their options.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too? Pindo made it.